Alright guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is soccer tips for forwards, and we're going to be concentrating on how to score more goals. Because when it comes down to it, your job as a striker or a forward, most of the time, is to score the goals. You want to be the goal scorer. That doesn't mean you shouldn't also be setting up goals and setting up plays, but your main job is to put the ball in the back of the net. So I'm going to go over 4 things you should be doing as a forward, specifically a striker, in order to score more goals. These might sound a bit obvious, but I don't see many forwards doing it at youth level, and it's something you need to have in your head, or at least drilled into your head, so that you know to do it all the time. The first bit of advice is in games, practices too, is to make runs and always crash rebounds. And what I mean is you have to be constantly in matches and practices in any type of situation, making forward runs, making runs that draw away defenders and open up space in order to allow your other players to feed the ball into you. The more runs like this you are making, one, the more you're going to confuse the defender marking you. He's going to have to be on his toes all the time in order just to trap you. One of the players that does this really well is Suarez. Being a Liverpool fan, when I was watching him when he was playing at Liverpool, he never stopped moving, ever stopped moving. And he would change from one center back to the other center back. You'd find him on the wing sometimes. He'd be making runs that nobody else was making. And he scored a lot of goals because of it. Defenders didn't know how to handle him. So you want to be doing that. Now, crashing the net is whenever you think your teammate's going to shoot the ball, you make that run immediately. So if he's winding up to shoot, crash the net. You're going to get a step there before everybody else. And if there is any kind of rebound, that's the easiest goal in the world. A nice little tap in, but every goal counts. Many strikers get many goals this way, and if you're not doing this, you are missing out on a lot of goals. Now we're going to get into something a little more technique based, and that is composure over power. Composure is basically how relaxed and how confident you are when you have an opportunity to finish a ball, when you have an opportunity to put the ball into the net. Most players, in my experience, panic and just drill the ball as hard as they can somewhere at the net. They're not really aiming, they're just trying to hit it as hard as they can. And there's not anything wrong with hitting it with power, but accuracy in this situation should come first. If you can hit it with power and accuracy, obviously that's better. The keeper's not going to get there. But always, especially as a striker, always choose composure over power. Always pick a spot in the corner, preferably, and put it there. That's what the best finishers in the world do. They don't necessarily go for power. They kind of try and be sneaky. They try and put it across the keeper or beat the keeper at their near post, but they're so precise with it. Their composure is so good that the keeper usually doesn't stand a chance. So when you find yourself in a situation where you're one-on-one with the keeper or you have a shot from 12 yards out, relax. Don't overthink it. Just find the corner, just look at the corner for a split second, and your body will do the rest. And then just try and put it into that corner. That's all you can really do. Don't just try and smash it. Sometimes maybe that's your instinct. Maybe sometimes your instinct tells you to smash it, and don't fight against that instinct, but try and work up to making your instinct tell you, place it in the corner. So once you have practiced this enough, once you've practiced your finishing enough and you're comfortable with it, you'll want to just place it in the corner. And you will score much more goals by placing the ball than just trying to hit it as hard as you can. Okay, number 3 is shoot often. Shoot often. Shoot all the time, especially in matches. I've been a part of teams where we've had players, very technically gifted players, very good team players, but they wouldn't shoot the ball when they should have. They would pass it and the chance would be lost. Don't be afraid to shoot. I know there might be a little bit of criticism that comes your way if you miss, but don't be afraid of that because you'll get plenty of praise when you do score. Shoot often. If you have a chance from 20 yards out to rifle it on that, you do that. If you think you can place that ball in the corner, you do it. Obviously, if you have a teammate that's, square to you with a chance to tap the ball into the back of the net, take that option. But if you don't, there's really no harm in shooting it, and you're going to probably create an opportunity that way. As long as you put it on net from distance or you try and put it in a corner from close range, you're either going to score, set up a chance for your teammate off a rebound, or you might miss it. But even if you do, don't worry about it. You'll get plenty more opportunities. And the final one, and the fourth one, this has to do with something you do have to practice, and that is you have to work on your finishing. If your finishing ability isn't that great, it's going to be hard for you to score goals. That's what it boils down to. good striker has good finishing ability. And what finishing means is just in whatever opportunity you're presented as a striker, you, in many of those opportunities, are going to score. Especially one-on-one with the keeper. A good finisher has many things that he can do to score one-on-one with the keeper. He's not going to do the same thing every time. He's going to quickly, in a split second, analyze the situation and know what he's got to do. Sometimes it won't work, but a lot of the time it will. Whether it's chip the keeper, round the keeper, if you see the keeper moving a certain way and slotting it by him real quick. I've seen players nutmeg a keeper. And that's what you have to learn to be able to do. You have to have all of that within your arsenal to be a good finisher. And then it just comes down to technique and muscle memory. How often do you practice your finishing? If you practice every day putting the ball into the corner with both feet 50 times with each foot, you're going to get so much better with your finishing. If you're not practicing your finishing, come game time, you're not going to know what to do. Your body's not going to know what to do right away. And if your body doesn't know what to do in that situation, you might panic, you might overthink it, or you may take that split second too long and a defender or the goalie is going to take the ball off you. So make sure you're practicing your finishing. That's very, very important. Okay guys, so you need to apply all of these 4 tips in order to improve your goal scoring. These are great tips for forwards. If you apply all of those tips to your game, you will improve greatly as a forward for your team, as for yourself individually, and you will see yourself scoring more goals. And when it comes down to it, forwards need to be scoring goals. Forwards need to be creating opportunities and be involved with the goal scoring. So you apply all those. I have throughout my life, and it's brought me many goals when I've improved those areas, when I've improved my finishing, my making runs, my crashing rebounds, especially that one. Once I started crashing the net, the amount of dropped balls or parried balls a goalkeeper will present you with is much more than you think, and it's just easy pickings for forwards. So make sure you do that. And once you do all these, you'll see your goal tally start to move forward. Okay everyone, well here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down below and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button. I also want you to comment on the video and tell me what some of your problems you are having with soccer or goal scoring, or any other questions you have or pieces of advice that you need. Ask me any question and I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability. And don't be shy, any question is fine. Soccer related, please. And I'll be sure to get back to you within the next 24 to 48 hours.